Welcome students. Myself Professor Sudhir Chandrakant Bosle from Karmayur Bhaurao Patil Vidyalay and Shakundani Parera Junior College Juchandra. I welcome all of you in Rayat Shikshan Sanstha's ROSE project. As we know that this project proves helpful for many students since last year. So today we are going to learn issue of shares, that is company account issue of shares. In this topic, first of all we have learned introduction, thereafter share and share capital, meaning and definition of share and share capital, types of shares, and treatment of share capital in company's balance sheet. So let's start. First of all, introduction. You know that capital is a liability for various kind of business organization. There are various kind of business organization which collect the capital from various sources. So you know that sole trading concern, that is a sole trader, collect capital from his own pocket, that is from his own saving. Partnership firm, partners are also collect capital from their own saving, that is own pocket. But large organization like a joint stock company, they are going to raise capital from the different sources. So the sources of capital are like this. Basically, joint stock companies have collected the capital from various sources, and these sources are classified into two main headings, that is own capital and borrowed capital. In own capital, there are two main sources by issue of shares, and second one is that retained earning. So retained earning means that is amount of profit which is reserved by company and can be used in future for company's expansion and diversification purpose. Now shares. Shares are classified into two main headings, equity shares and preference shares. So we are going to learn further more about equity shares. In borrowed capital means it is a capital collected by a company as a loan from various borrowers. So borrowed capital include capital raised by issue of debentures, by issue of bonds, by accepting public deposit, and also by issue of American depository receipt and global depository receipt. So these are the various sources from which the joint stock company can raise capital. Now we are going to learn detail about meaning of share and share capital. See, here as per section 2 subsection 84 of Companies Act 2013, share is the share in the capital of company and includes stocks as well. So before going to learn meaning of shares, first of all we have considered meaning of capital. So share capital means the capital raised by a company by issue of shares. So share capital means capital raised by a company by issue of shares. So in that share capital, share is a part. We have understand by taking this example. For example, Maha Agro Limited has a share capital of rupees 1 lakh. See, our company Maha Agro Limited having a share capital of rupees 1 lakh, which is divided into 100 shares of 1000 each. So see, all the green part, that is a 1 lakh, 100 parts of 1000 each, and of which this is called as a share capital. And out of this share capital, a single part, that is a 1000, is a share. So share is share in capital of company. So with this example, you should understand share capital and a part, that is share. Now we are going to learn types of shares. Basically there are two types. First one, equity shares and preference shares. So equity shares are those shares which is not a preference shares. So equity shares means which is not a preference shares. So first of all we are going to learn what is preference shares. So preference shares means shares are those shares which have right with respect to payment of dividend and repayment of capital at the time of winding up of company. It means preference shareholder have a preference before equity shares. In case of payment of dividend, means when company have get a profit, then first of all they have make a payment of dividend to preference shareholder and thereafter to equity shareholder. And at the time of winding up of company means when company have get closed, end of company. So at the time of winding up, when they have make a repayment of capital, first they make a repayment of preference shareholder and thereafter equity shareholder. Hence, equity shareholder are not entitled to a fixed dividend, and second thing, they do not have a priority at the time of repayment of capital. Means equity shareholders stand last for repayment of capital at the time of winding up. So like this way, these are two types of shares. Now we are going to learn types of share capital. See, share capital are divided into different types. So first type is that authorized capital. Authorized capital is also known as a nominal capital or registered capital. Authorized capital means this is the maximum amount of capital which a company is authorized to issue by its memorandum of association. Means this capital is mentioned in company's memorandum of association. Then this capital, that is authorized capital, is determined by taking consideration the future requirement of capital of company. Means first of all they calculate what amount required for future, then that amount is known as a authorized capital. So authorized capital can be increased or decreased by adopting the prescribed legal procedure. Means by making changes in a memorandum of association, the company can increase or decrease the authorized capital of company. Hence, it is also known as a registered capital. So with example, we can learn more. See, in this example, our company have authorized capital or nominal capital or registered capital, that is 1 lakh equity shares into 10 each. So 1 lakh into 10, so 10 lakh is our authorized capital, and this amount is mentioned in our memorandum of association. So company can raise rupees 10 lakh by issue of shares throughout its lifetime. Next type is that issued capital. So issued capital means it is a part of authorized capital. See, part of authorized capital which is offered to public for subscription. So it is not necessary company has offered all amount of capital, all amount of authorized capital. So company whatever amount required they have offer to public for subscription. So company issues such number of shares which are sufficient to meet their current capital requirements. Means out of authorized capital, company have issued only certain number of shares. So in our example, company have issued just 40,000 shares. See, company have 1 lakh equity shares, but now company have just issued 40,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. So 4 lakh is our issued capital. Then remaining part of authorized capital is known as unissued capital. So part of authorized capital which is not issued to public is known as unissued capital. So company can issue this unissued capital in future. So in our example, the remaining part, that is 60,000 equity shares which is not yet issued by company, is called as a unissued capital. So 60,000 into 10 is our unissued capital. Next one is that subscribed capital. See, now subscribed capital means it is a part of issued capital which is actually subscribed or bought by investors or public. See, when company have offered some shares to public, then some shares has been subscribed by public. So that is called as a subscribed capital. In our example, subscribed capital is 30,000 shares. See, company have issued 40,000 shares, out of which public have demanded or subscribed only 30,000 shares. So 30,000 shares into 10, so 3 lakh is our subscribed capital. And the remaining part of issued capital which is not subscribed by the public are known as a unsubscribed capital. Means in our example, company have issued 40,000 shares, out of which 30,000 shares are subscribed by public. Then remaining 10,000 equity shares which is not yet subscribed are known as a unsubscribed capital. So in such case, underwriter is to be appointed. Now next one is that called up capital. See, called up capital means it is a part of subscribed capital which is actually called up or demanded from the shareholders. See, company does not be demand all the amount of shares, that is face value of shares. Means company have demand only that portion of the value of shares which is considered for sufficient for time being. Means at that time company require whatever amount of capital, they have make demand of only that amount of capital. So in our example, public have subscribed 30,000 shares of rupees 10 each, but company now demand only rupees 5 per shares. So 30,000 shares into 5. So 1,50,000 is our subscribed capital. Then, called up capital. Uncalled capital. Uncalled capital means it is a part of subscribed capital which is not called up by the company. Means the remaining part of subscribed capital which is not called by company is called as a uncalled up capital. In our example, company have demanded rupees 5 per share, so remaining part, that is 5 rupees, becomes uncalled capital. So uncalled capital 30,000 into 4, that is 1,20,000 is our uncalled capital. Then reserve capital. See, reserve capital means again it is a part of uncalled capital which the company by its special resolution decided to call up at the time of winding up. Means company have reserved certain amount for the purpose of winding up or at the time of winding up. In our example, company have kept rupees 1 for the timing of winding up. So 30,000 into 1 is equal to 30,000 is our reserve capital, and this capital is called by company at the time of or event of winding up. Now next is that paid up capital. See, paid up capital means it is that portion of called up capital which has actually paid by shareholders. See, so that amount is called as a paid up capital. And remaining part, that is amount which is not paid by shareholders, are called as a call-in errors. So call-in errors can be calculated, the difference between called up capital and paid up capital. So in our example, a part of called up capital which is paid by shareholders. In our example, 20,000 shareholders, the holder of 20,000 equity shares have paid their call, that is 20,000 into 5 is equal to 1 lakh. 1 lakh is our paid up capital, and remaining part of rupees 5, that is 10,000 equity holder of 10,000 equity shares doesn't pay their call. So 10,000 into 5, so 50,000 is our call in errors. To understand the treatment of share capital in balance sheet, now we are going to solve practical problem number 1. So after this problem, you should clearly know what is the treatment of share capital in balance sheet. First of all, I have read the sum. Vijay Limited was registered with an authorized capital of rupees 15 lakh divided into 1,50,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Company issue 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 2 per share. See, company have issued their shares at rupees 2 premium. Company received application for 80,000 equity shares and were allotted the shares. Company received application money rupees 3 per shares, allotment money rupees 4 per share, including premium. Means we have received allotment money of rupees 2 plus premium rupees 2, and first call money rupees 3 per share. The director have not made final call of rupees 2 per shares. All money were received except one shareholder holding 500 shares did not pay first call. Show authorized capital, issued capital, subscribed capital, called up capital, paid up capital, call in errors, and share premium amount in company's balance sheet. So we prepare company's balance sheet here. In the books of Vijay Limited, balance sheet as on. या ठिकाणी year ending दिलेली नाही, आपण dot dot केली. Liabilities amount rupees, assets amount rupees. Now see the sum. Vijay Limited was registered with an authorized capital of rupees 15 lakh. Here our authorized capital rupees 15 lakh. 1,50,000 shares of rupees 10 each. So we have record authorized capital 1,50,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. 1,50,000 into 10, 15 lakh is our authorized capital. Next one is that company issue 1 lakh shares. 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of 2 per shares. Hence, our issued capital is 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. So 1 lakh into 10, 10 lakh is our issued capital. Next one, company received application for 80,000 equity shares. See, here we have received, that is company have received application for 80,000 shares. Hence, our subscribed capital is 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. So 80,000 into 10, 8 lakh is our subscribed capital. After that, company received application money rupees 3, allotment money rupees 4, that is 2 rupees premium. Means we have received just 2 rupees as the allotment money, and first call money rupees 3. Here we have received rupees 3 as a application money, rupees 2 as a allotment money, plus rupees 2 as a premium. So we can show premium separately, and first call money rupees 3. Hence we have recorded called up capital 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 8. The bifurcation of 8, 3 plus 2, that is per share. Called up capital is 6,40,000. Now we have collect premium of rupees 2 per shares. Hence we have make a entry of share premium account 80,000 equity shares of rupees 2. So 80,000 into 2, 1,60,000 is our share premium. Thereafter, the director have not made final call of rupees 2, but all money were received except one shareholder holding 500 shares did not pay first call. See, means total amount except rupees shares amount on shares 500 does not receive, the remaining amount have received. So paid up capital is equal to 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, rupees 8 per share called. So 6,40,000 is our paid up capital. Now we have deducted call in errors, that is 500 shares into rupees 3. So 1,500 is our call in errors. So we have received rupees 6,38,500. Okay, like this way we have received these two amounts, 6,38,500 and 1,60,000. So we have record as a bank account in asset side total of these two amount 7,98,000. So now take a total of asset side 7,98,000 and liability side total 7,98,000. Like this way we have shown the various kind of share capital in our balance sheet. Okay, I hope you should understand how we show this treatment. Now we are going to learn public issue of shares. You know that it is a common practice for every public limited company at the time of issue of shares. Now we are going to learn procedure for issue of share. First of all, company have issued prospectus. So you know that prospectus means it is a one kind of brochure or a booklet which provide complete information about the company to prospective investor, means to those person who have going to invest in company shares. So prospectus have specified the number of shares offered to public, their face value, amount to be paid on application, amount to be paid on call, and also allotment. So all these detailed information given in prospectus. So after reading prospectus, the public have go for application. So company next step is that receipt of application. So company make its application form available to public through broker and banks. Mostly company have give the distribution of forms to bank. So the prospective subscriber to shares are required to send their application form along with application money at least 5% of face value, means every applicant required to make application along with 5% application money, means suppose Mr. A requires to take 500 shares, so 500 into amount of application money, so he has to pay that amount at the time of application. After receiving application, the company have go for allotment of shares. So the directors of company proceed for allotment procedure. In this, they have sent allotment letters to those persons who have allotted certain number of shares, and the applicants who doesn't allotted any shares, they have sent regret letter. And regret letter is always sent with the refund order. Means refund order means whatever application money paid by them is to be refunded at the time of regret letter. And on being shares allotted, the second installment is demanded is called as a allotment money. So that is allotment of shares. Next step is that call on shares. As you know that company does not collect all the amount of shares at the time of allotment, so remaining amount is collected by the company on call. Therefore, a call is a demand by company to pay remaining amount other than application and allotment. Means see, this amount is excluding application money and allotment money. So call. So if the call are more than one, then they are serially numbered. First call, second call, etc. So by this way, we have remembered that company have collect first of all application money, thereafter allotment money, and remaining amount of shares in first, second or final call. Like this way, company have follow procedure. Now we are going to learn some basic accounting entries for issue of shares. As we know earlier, first type of shares is that application. So when we have received application, so first entry is that on receipt of share application money. So entry is that bank account debited to share application account. And we have write a narration being application money on that number of shares at rupees dot dot per shares received. Like this way we have make this entry for receipt of share application money, bank account debited to share application. After receiving application, we have transferred this amount to share capital. So second entry on transfer of application money to share capital, we have write entry share application account debited to share capital. Now this by this entry we have transferred the amount of share application money to share capital, because here we have create the liability and write a narration being share application money on dot dot number shares. So we have mentioned number of shares here and amount to be collected on application. Okay. Now third entry is that on share allotment due. See, here we have make an entry for allotment money due. So share allotment account debited to share capital. Again we have write a narration being share allotment money on shares at rupees. So we have write here the amount of share allotment. Now next entry is that on receipt of share allotment money. So on allotment money received, we have make an entry bank account debited because money is received in bank to share allotment account. And narration is that being share allotment money on mention number of shares here and amount of allotment here. So like this way we have make an entry of allotment money received. The next entry is that on first or second or final call due. So keep in mind, if there is a first call, then we have write first call. If there is a second call, we have write second call like this. So we have make entry share first or second or final call account debited to share capital account. Remember, if there is a first call, write share first call to share application. If there is a second call, write entry second call account debited to share capital. And if it is a final call, then write entry final call account debited to share capital. And same narration for all, being share first or second or final call money on number of share here and amount of call recorded here. So like this way we have make an entry for call money due. And next entry is that on receipt of call money. So on first or second or final call money received. So we have write entry like bank account debited to share first or second or final call. And write a narration being share first or second or final call money on mention number of share is here and amount of call here. So like this way, keep in mind these basic 6 entries. There are some more entries which will be discussed in further lecture. I hope you should understand this one. Thank you.